Hello, 大家好。Hello, very much happy to see you again. How are you today? 今天我们要来学数字 Chinese number. To me, learning Chinese writing is very difficult. And the best thing is to learn how to write Chinese number. Chinese number has a lot of messages and also the pictures implication into it. And then I developed a whole system of very interesting association methods so that we can learn it quickly. And then by learning the numbers, we can also learn the pattern or logic behind it so that we can unlock all the Chinese number systems. Then you can say a lot of numbers, especially in the markets when you want to bargain. Now, let's start. Let's have a look at Chinese numbers. From 1 to 10, they look like this. Okay, they are the basic numbers. Remember, in the lesson 1, we have learned the tone. Let's try to use the sound of the number to practice the tone. Okay? Now, I say, you say. 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5 6 6 6 7 7 7 8 8 8 9 9 9 10 10 10. Can you see that I use a sign language to go through with my Chinese sound, and then I don't need to tell you what is what. But even the sign language, some people say 3, 3 like this, and some people use 3 like this. They are all okay. In different places, they will use all kinds of different sign language. For example, number 6, they might have number 6 like this, but in Taiwan, we use 6 like this. Okay, so the pronunciation is important. The tones are far more important. Okay, so let's go through the sound one more time all over again. Okay, number 1, let's start. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So from the backwards, let's try. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, are they very simple and easy? Yes. Now, let's try to move from speaking to writing. Okay, writing the numbers actually is very simple and easy. Okay, remember number 1, 一, and then that 一, imagine Chinese people, we use chopsticks to eat. So you can just imagine one piece of chopsticks, that's it. One piece, and put there and horizontally. Okay, not vertically, horizontally. One piece of chopsticks, 一. And normally when we write from the left to right, from the up to down. Okay, so left to right, horizontally 1. Okay, and then 2, number 2, 2. And then we write 2 chopsticks, all right? And then the upper one is slightly shorter. So we write 1 stroke and next stroke, okay? And number 3, we write 3 strokes. And in the middle one might be slightly shorter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then you might ask, number 4 is 4 strokes, and number 5, 5 strokes, and number 1,000. Should we write 1,000 strokes? Of course not. Okay, but you can try to do a little bit association now. Okay, 4 is like this. You write 1 stroke down from the left, and the second stroke is like this. You might argue this is 2 strokes. No, it's 1, because you write then 1 and the second one, the 2 direction in the one go. Okay, so 1 strokes and 2 and 3 inside, 4 and 5. So 5 strokes. And the picture is like a curtain. Okay, imagine the curtain, the beautiful curtain. And then as long as you have that picture in your mind, you won't make mistakes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That is number 4. And then number 5, you might argue, probably is 5 strokes or 5 pieces of curtain. Of course not. Number 5, imagine that that fisherman poem we did in lesson 1. Yes, that image, that lonely fisherman. All right, the fisherman's head is number 1, and the fisherman's body is number 2, the stroke number 2, and the hook is number 3, and 5, his boat is the very last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that is the number 5. Number 5. We pronounce it 五, 五, and then try to imagine the character. Imagine the fisherman, and then you can do a good job. And then we have number 6, 六. And 六 is like a hat, and then a volcano. I always say it's a kind of volcano wearing a witch hat. Okay, so the hat is like 1, the little stroke down, and then horizontally 2. And then the left one first, the volcano, and then we do the left first, and then the right one. So it's stroke number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pronounce 六. Number 6, 六. Number 6. And then number 7 is like the person who sits with the 2 feet folding to one side and then 2 arms open. All right, so as long as you can imagine that kind of gestures, and you can do the characters. So 7 is 1 stroke horizontally, and the next one going down and horizon. So 1 and 2. So we pronounced 七, 七. And remember this sound, 七. There is the kind of air goes through your teeth, and it's first tone, flat. 七. And number 8, you're going to be very happy, because number 8 is like the volcano again without the head. So the volcano, but we start from the left side, so it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Stroke 1, stroke 2. So 8 we pronounce 八. Remember the flat tone 八. So 八 is number 8. Number 8. And then we have number 9 is like the person who is doing that kind of weird gesture. Okay, so the person's arm is stroked down, and the person's body going horizontally, and then going down, and then little bit horizon and hook up. Okay, so Stroke is a little bit difficult. First one, the arm one is okay. Stroke down and slightly slant to one side. But the second one is a little bit hard. You're going this way and going down and then horizontally and then hook up. Okay? So, number 1 and number 2. Okay. So, if you're going to practice the Chinese writing, you need to have a special kind of design of the writing book. When we were little, we always write, during the primary school time. I remember my homework is write. It's writing all kinds of characters and then write the sentences and then write the whole composition. So if you have the little box and then within it you have the kind of cross and this way, and you can mark and model the correct one and try to imitate so that you can even grasp the kind of precise position. Now, number 10 is very easy. It's a stroke, horizontally and vertically, like a cross. So, 10, 10, second tone, 10. So, we can learn how to write from 1 to 10. And try to close your eyes and just give me your hands and your mouth. Okay? We try to do the stroke while you are saying it. Okay? Ready? Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit long. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. A little bit hook in the end, and 10 across. Okay, so once you have learned it, don't you feel like writing Chinese characters is like drawing? Yes, it is. But in terms of a piece of message, how many characters should I need? Probably 200 or even 2,000. But don't worry, okay? You can start from these 10 characters. As long as you can write these 10 characters, you can memorize how to say it and how to write it. Is a very, very good beginning. Okay, now we're going to move from 11 to 19. 从11到19. Okay, we have done from 1 to 10. And then try to have a look from 11. 11 is 10 plus 1. So we say 10 plus 1. 1. And then that little plus, we don't write it. Okay, so we just need to put 10, 10, and 1, 11 means 11. So you add up 1 next to 10, 11, and then we write exactly the way we learned. 10 across, 1 stroke. So the same rule can apply to 10 and 2, and 10 and 3, and 10 and 4, the curtain, and 10 and 5, and 10 and 9, and 20. 20 is actually 10, but not 10, 10. Okay, although 10 plus 10 is 20, but we say 2, 10. That means 2, 10. Okay, 2, 10. We say 20. That is 20. So after you know 20, you are able to do 20 plus 1, 21, 21. And 20 plus 2, 22. And 20 plus 3, 23. Up to 29, 29. Very good. Now, 30 is, yes, 3 plus 10. So 30 is 30. So we have 30 plus 1, 31, and 30 plus 2, up to 39. 30 plus 9, 39. So the same rule can apply. 40, 40, and then you add up 1, 2, 3, whatever. So you can do up to 49, and 50, 50, and then you can do 51 up to 59, and 60, 60. So we have that kind of volcano plus a hat, remember? And then a cross, and then plus 1 until 9. And 70, 70, remember the person's gesture? 7, 7, and 10. And you can add up from 1 to 9. And 80, 8 is a volcano, volcano, volcano. So you have the volcano here, 8 and 10, and plus from 1 to 9. And then you have 90, 90, and then you have that kind of characters with a little hook up. And then you have 99. Okay, so as long as you have all this, you can write the characters from 11 to 99.